Hello friends, and welcome to your Friday Pick a Card, otherwise known as FriYay. I hope you are all well. Today is day one of our lockdown here in South Africa, and I know there's many of you around the world who are having lockdown as well, but I hope you are well. I hope you are all safe from the virus and from the goings on, and I hope you are all locked up safe and tight in your homes where you are safe. So today we are going to be using two Oracle decks to get our messages, and the Oracle decks that I'm going to be using is Colette Baron reads the Enchanted Map and Caroline Mace's Wisdom for Healing cards. So I picked these two because I thought the Enchanted Map is to help us navigate the next 21 days, and I thought the Wisdom for Healing cards to just bring any healing and wisdom to help us through this difficult time. So today we are going to be focusing on how do we get through the 21 days of lockdown. What is it that you need to know? What is it that you need to be dealing with? What is it that you need to be introspective about to get you through the next 21 days starting today? Today is day one. So on screen right now, you're going to have the images available, the image available of the cards that are available for you, and you need to ask yourself, which of these is the one that sort of calls out to you? Which is the one that your heart and soul is leaning towards? Which bundle appeals to you? Which bundle do you think has the answers to everything that you have going on in your head right now? So listen to your heart and soul. Know exactly, let it guide you as to which bundle is the one for you. And when you have the answer, if you're on YouTube, in the description box below, you can go down to the timestamp to take you to each of the bundles directly. If you're on my blog, just pause this one, scroll down, and you will find the other sections further down. And I hope you get exact message that you need to hear today. Until we do this again next week, Friday, I do want to encourage you, if you are on YouTube, to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because one of the things that I want to do during the next 21 days is to connect with you guys as much as possible. So subscribe and click the notifications button on YouTube, because I'll do quite a few Facebook lives, YouTube lives, sorry, not Facebook lives, YouTube lives over the next couple of weeks, just to help us all get through the difficult time. So stay safe, and we'll see you at your bundle. And hello to each one of you who chose bundle one as the bundle that has the answer you need to hear today. Today's question is, how do we navigate and get through the next 21 days of lockdown? What is it that you need to focus on, be aware of, be mindful of, and what is it that you need to focus on to get you through the 21 days? So today I am using two Oracle decks. I'm using the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, and I am also using Caroline Mace's Wisdom for Healing cards. And I think these two give us really interesting perspective and interesting combos. So starting off with the Enchanted Map. So remember, our question today is what do we need to be mindful of? What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to navigate the next 21 days of lockdown? And for those of you who've been in lockdown for a while, or for those of you who aren't even in lockdown, this virus is impacting on all of us. So, if you're not in lockdown or not starting your lockdown like we are in South Africa today, let the question be, what do you need to know to get you through this virus time? Okay, so let's draw a card and see what we get. And actually, I'm going to take two cards, because I always take two cards, so we need to take two cards. Okay, so the first card we have, let's just see if I can get it to focus. Gentle Gardener. So, we're not saying you have to go out there and do your own gardening. Yes, some of you may need to do that. Some of us may need to do that, go out there and do our own gardening, but it's more about internal weeding out of all thought patterns, weeding out of things that no longer work for you, restructuring or re-landscaping our minds, our souls, our families, okay? So, and it's about gentle gardener. I don't know, it's not really clear. Gentle gardener. So don't be ruthless, don't be brutal, don't be savage. Take your time. You know, 21 days to be stuck in home with your loved ones is absolutely wonderful. It's a wonderful opportunity for families to reconnect and to bond, and to realize that maybe there's things we've been doing incorrectly. Maybe there's things that we need to be doing a bit differently. It's time to weed out the weeds and to replace with beautiful flowers. Connected to that, we have flying. And there we have this gorgeous horse that is flying. Instead of trying to navigate the maze, it's just flying over it. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 1, we have a beautiful message here to you, saying to you that during these 21 days, your focus needs to be on removing the weeds in the mind, the weeds in the heart, and the weeds in the soul. And to realize that we don't have to struggle. We don't have to go through this maze. We can just jump straight over it. So it's going to be easy, it's going to be simple, it won't be too difficult and complicated for you as long as you are removing the weeds from your thoughts, from your heart, and from your soul. I'm going to leave those in front of me, and I now want to pick up the Wisdom for Healing cards. So these have got an image and some text and some writing that gives you today's lesson. So we'll see how it adds to the message and how it contributes to what we've already given or what we've already said. So I'm giving them a shuffle, and we're asking for an add-on, an extension message on your gentle gardener and your flying through all obstacles and all challenges. Right. So I'm going to go for that one over there. So interesting. It says to enhance your physical health. And I think that ties in quite nicely with the gentle gardener, because gardening, it can be quite hard on the body. It can be quite a workout, quite an exercise. And with us being stuck at home, I think we need to be more mindful of our physical health. So I'm going to read to you what's written on the back while you look at the front of the picture, and then I'll turn it around for you to see. Today's lesson, it says, think about how you view yourself as a physical being. Do you perceive yourself as weak or strong? Do you tend to make excuses for why you're not proactive in your healing when you see what can and should be done? Your goal, to initiate one positive action in your life to enhance your physical health. If you want to pause it and read it for yourself or write it down or comment, then you can do so now. I hope it's clear enough for you to see there. But that is actually such an interesting message. So as much as we are stuck at home, as much as we are trapped, as much as we are limited in our activities, we need to. So each of you who chose this bundle, you need to be aware, you need to be mindful of your physical health. Do as much as you can to get some exercise, and, don't be afraid to go out into the garden and to do a little bit of actual gardening if you have a garden, or just be mindful of the plants and be mindful of your physical, and understand that, the challenges and obstacles that are there for you are easy for you to overcome. It's not difficult for you to fly straight overhead. You don't always have to go through the challenge. You don't always have to go through the obstacle. You can jump straight over it, but always be mindful of physical health. And obviously, we don't want to collect this virus. We don't want to pick up the virus. Each of us want to remain completely safe, and I pray that you do. I pray that you remain completely virus-free. But to ensure that you do remain virus-free, protect your physical health, enhance your physical health, eat, drink, take whatever you can to boost your immune system and to keep yourself safe. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 1, I do hope that was a good message for you. I do hope it gives you something to focus on for the next week of our lockdown. And until we do this again next week for your FriYay, you take care. Look after yourself. Look after your families. Try and not get stuck into the panic, and try and have some fun. Until we do this again next week, you take care. And hello to those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. So today our question is, how do we navigate and cope with our 21 days of lockdown, which starts today. Today is day 1 for us here in South Africa. Today I'm going to be using 2 oracle decks. I'm going to be using Colette Baron Reid's Enchanted Map, and I have paired that with Carolyn Mace's Wisdom for Healing cards. I just thought that the combination of the 2 of these will give us a really interesting message. So I have the Enchanted Map cards first while I'm shuffling. We're asking, as I said, this is day one of our lockdown for most of us, well, for all of us in South Africa, except for those that are essential services. And we want to know, like, what is it that we need to be aware of? What do we need to be mindful of? What is important for us to focus on during these 21 days? How do we navigate? How do we get through? What is it that we need to be mindful of and aware of to grow as human beings and to get the most out of these lockdown situation that we have at the moment? All right. Okay, let's take two cards. So I'm going to take that one over there and that one over there. So the first card we have, and I just want to hold it nicely that you can see, is Mountain. And, you know, for a lot of us, today being day one of 21 days, these 21 days may seem like an absolute mountain. It may seem like this huge, big obstacle. And you may be asking yourself, how do we get through this? How do you get through these 21 days? You know, as much as we love our families, as much as we love our homes, we are generally speaking social beings, and we love interacting with other people. You may have a business that may now be severely impacted by this lockdown. So you may be looking at these next 21 days as a huge big mountain that you have to overcome, a huge big mountain that you have to climb, ascend and descend. And you may be wondering, how on earth do you do it? So connected to that card is Moonlight. And you know what? I'm sure you will agree with me how different things look in the moonlight versus the sunshine. So let's have a look at these two cards together. What Spirit are basically saying to you is, yes, the next 21 days, this whole virus situation may be really challenging, may be really difficult. It's going to be huge for us to overcome it. To get through it is certainly not going to be a walk in the park. But what we need to understand is that things look differently. As soon as we're into our 21 days, we're going to start noticing things that we haven't seen before. You may start noticing things within your family environment, within your work situation. Because one of the things I've been saying to every single one of my clients over the last couple of days is that this lockdown, this whole virus situation is forcing every single one of us to look within, to go within, to look at our lives and say, well, what can we do differently? How can we do things better? If you run your own business and you are being forced to not trade during this time, don't sit and feel sorry for yourself, but actually say, what can I do? How can I do business better when the doors open again, when I'm allowed to trade again? What can I do differently to bring or to take my business to the next level? So Moonlight is reminding us that things always look different when the light shifts and changes. The mountain refers to how you see this next 21 days as this huge big obstacle, but actually it's going to be okay. Before we complete that message, and I want to take the wisdom, I never remember what they're called, Wisdom for Healing Oracle or Healing cards. So they've got an image on one side and they've got text on the other side which contains a lesson. So it's interesting to see which one we get, that and how it pairs and partners with the cards we've already drawn. So I am shuffling and I'm asking that the card that we draw now pair in nicely, tie in nicely, and complete the message. Never mind all of those that I just dropped on the table. Give us the message that we need to hear today. Okay. So we're taking that blue one over there. I'm loving this. Practice visualization. So here we have somebody who is showing all her chakra points, all her energy centers within the body, and it's telling you to practice visualization. So on the back of the card, there is a lesson. I'm going to read the lesson to you while you focus on the card. And the lesson says, visualize what you need to heal or create in your life. The image needs to fill all 7 chakras. So consciously place that picture into each one of them. With your breath, animate those images, bring them to life, and fill your entire being. Your goal, the goal that you need to be focusing on, to practice and to believe in the power of visualization. So I want to put the text on screen. If you want to pause now so that you can read it, write it down, copy it, or whatever you need to do, then that's absolutely fine. You could do that now. I hope it's clear. So looking at this practice visualization, remember what we just said about the challenges that you are going through at the moment. So we've got the mountain and we've got the moonlight and we've got practice visualization. Remember, the mountain is telling you that you are feeling as if the 21 days that are now starting, today being day one, is a huge big challenge and obstacle that you have to get through, that you have to overcome. And you're feeling as if it's quite daunting. Moonlight is telling you that things will always look different by moonlight. So don't take things at face value. Wait until you're actually in the thick of it. But also, we're saying to you, if you're running your own business, and even in your family dynamic at home, start looking at things from a different perspective. Start practicing visualization on how you would like things to happen, how you would like things to be, how would you like to improve, how would you like to make things a little bit better. Okay, so that is what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on improving our current circumstances by practicing visualization. So every single day, ask yourself, how would I like to see my life? How would I like to see my family? How would I like to see my work? How would I like to see my finances? Actually close your eyes and visualize it and see it and place it into each of the chakra points as it said, and trust and believe. Let these 21 days evolve. Let these 21 days happen. Go with the flow as much as you can, but be mindful of what you're seeing, feeling, and experiencing, and ask yourself, is that what you truly want for your life? Is that what you truly want for yourself? So friends, that's an interesting message, and I think it's a really deep message, and I think it's going to apply to every single one of you in a slightly different way, which I think is really wonderful. I will continue to do these videos. I am still working every single day, except weekends. I don't work weekends. But I will be back next week, Friday, to do another pick a card with you. So enjoy your time with your family. See how you can make changes to improve your life. So when the lockdown is over and you are set free to start living your life, that you can live your life in a way that brings better, prosperous, happier, more successful opportunities your way. With love and blessings from me to you, stay safe. May the virus just fly straight over you and leave you and your family alone. Until we do this again next week, you take care. And hello to all of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope you are well, and I hope you have settled into day 1 of our 21-day lockdown. Today, I am using 2 oracle decks to bring us our messages, and the first oracle deck is Colette Baron Reid's Enchanted Map. It is such an awesome deck, and today I have partnered it with Caroline Mace's Wisdom for Healing oracle cards, and I do think that the 2 together bring really interesting messages. So today, instead of just general messages, our focus is going to be on the 21 days of lockdown. Today is day 1. So we're going to start off with the Enchanted Map cards. And what we're asking today is, what do you need to be aware of? What do you need to be mindful of? What do you need to know to help you through the 21 days? What are the 21 days here to teach you? What do you need to be aware of? And how can you best grow and adapt through these 21 days of lockdown? Okay, I think I have shuffled enough. Let's see what we get. So I'm taking one over there and one over there. So the first card that I have, so appropriate. I know it's not always very clear, and I'm trying to get it as clear as I can. It is Ride the Wave. So the first thing it's telling you is, you know what, these 21 days, there's nothing you can do about it. You have no choice. It's not like you can just say, nah, I'm not going to follow through with it. You actually have no choice. You have to go through with it. So just ride the wave. You know, don't try and stand firm, because if you've ever been into the ocean, you will know what it's like, especially where I am here in Durban. You know, the waves are quite strong. So if you're standing in the wave, you have to just go with it. You have to just ride the wave. It's easier to ride the wave than to try and go against it. Okay, so that's the first card. The second card we have is actually a card that came up with bundle 2, and it is the Mountain. And it is saying to you as well that, you know, this whole 21 days, it seems like it's a huge big mountain. It's like Mount Everest, you know, this huge big mountain that you have to overcome, that this challenge that's standing in front of you. And that might be exactly how you're feeling right now. But if we look at these 2 cards together, the first one we have is Ride the Wave. You know, as I've said already, it's easier to go with the flow than to go against it. The mountain that you have, 21 days today seems like a lifetime. It seems like an impossibility. We're all in a state of panic. We're all in a state of fear. We're all wondering, like, how are we going to get through this? How are we going to win this? How are we going to survive this? But you know what? By just going with the flow, by just doing what you have to, by trying to have a little bit of fun. Look at those dolphins jumping through the waves there. Okay. And, you know, they're taking what could be a really challenging, difficult situation and they're trying to make the best of it. And that's what you need to do. This mountain that lays in front of you, this huge big 21 days that lays in front of you, it can be really difficult or it can be really rewarding. It's how you see it in your mind. It's how you perceive it in your mind that will determine the outcome. So I'm going to leave those cards in front of me now. And I'm now going to take the wisdom for healing cards. So they have an image on one side and they have text on the other side with a lesson. So it'll be interesting to see how it ties in and how it completes the message. So we're shuffling and we're asking that we get exactly what we need to hear today. Give us a lesson that makes sense. Give us a lesson that is applicable, adaptable, and relevant. Okay. Right. That one over there. Follow your dreams. And you know, I think, so I haven't read what's written on the back and I'll read it to you in a second, but immediately when I read follow your dreams, immediately what I'm hearing from Spirit is that, you know, we've forgotten how to do that. Us humans, we've got so involved in what we have to do. We've got so involved in achieving. We've got so involved in, I need to have more and I need to work and I need to be better and I need to improve and I need. We've actually forgotten to dream. We've forgotten to follow our dreams. We've forgotten to follow our passions. And now that you're at home for 21 days and your environment and circumstances are slightly different from the norm, maybe it's going to give us the chance to figure out our dreams. So I'm now going to read the text that's on the back while you look at the front of the card. So today's lesson, it says to you, point out one special dream or ambition that you've, oh my gosh, words I can't understand, that you've something or postponed. Okay, you insert something. I'm not going to try and say it. You read it just now. What has motivated you to put positive actions on hold? Your goal is to determine whether your excuse is real, and if not, identify the real reason you've delayed so that you can do something about it. I'm going to read that again because there was that word I couldn't read. So you look at the picture. It says to you, point out one special dream or ambition that you have put off or postponed. What has motivated you to put actions on hold? Your goal right now is to determine whether your excuse is real, and if not, identify the real reason you've delayed so that you can do something about it. So if you want to pause the video now to read that to yourself or to write it down or copy it or whatever, you can do that. So friends, let's just look at our cards that we grabbed today. So over here, we have Ride the Wave and we have the Mountain. And over here, we have Follow Your Dreams. Maybe your dream was to ride the wave. Maybe your dream was to become a world-renowned surfer or something along those lines. But the challenges that have been put in the way are really tough and really hard, and that is the Mountain. Follow Your Dreams is saying to you, spend these next 21 days asking yourself, am I living the dream? Am I living my dreams? Or am I, wrong hand, am I climbing the mountain? Am I struggling against this rocky outcrop instead of riding and just riding the wave? Or am I actually following my dreams? And you know what? If your answer is that you're not following your dream, do the exercise that's on the back of this card and ask yourself why. Why not? Why is it that you're just going with the flow and dealing with the challenges that is put in front of you on a daily basis? Why are you not following your dream? I did that. I walked away from the corporate world and decided to follow my dream, and that was however many years ago. Never looked back. I've been the happiest I've ever been, happier than when I was climbing the mountains. I am following the dream and living the truth, and it makes sense. You need to be doing that too. Please, I'm not saying go and quit your jobs. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying let's use these 21 days to get our life back on track so that we are following our dreams, living our truth, riding the wave and I want to say knocking out those challenges, knocking out those obstacles as we go. These 21 days, see it as a blessing, see it as a gift, see it as an opportunity to readjust your life and to get back on track so that you can follow your dreams, because your dreams matter, you matter. So friends, that's an interesting message. And I think, certainly give you a bit of food for thought over the next 21 days. I will be back again on Friday next week to do another FriYay Pick bundle for you. I am still working all the way through, so while you're at home pondering all of these things, those of you who are not working and you're pondering and planning, take some time out with your family, laugh and have some fun. Decide, ask yourself, what are my dreams? What is it that I've been yearning for? What is the point to life? What is the purpose here? What is the bigger picture, and why aren't I working towards that? And if you are, certainly give yourself a pat on the back. With love and blessings from me to you, please stay safe, stay indoors, let the virus fly straight over your head. May it not impact on you and your family. With love and blessings from me to you, until next week Friday, you take care.